Were you scared of making this sort of feeling?
Yeah, probably.
There is one hidden swing flaw that amateur golfers actually think is great for their game.
But if you're narrow to even narrower, that's when we start to lose the face.
But too much of it can have huge consequences, causing shots to go right, go left, out on the golf course. But fix this one swing flaw with this hack.
I didn't think you'd be able to bridge that gap as well.
And see one of the most dramatic effects on your ball flight. Let me show you how in a live lesson with Nick, a subscriber to the channel.
Whoa. This is you at the top of the backswing down the line. What I'd really like to improve upon is what we see from face on a little bit.
Yeah.
So the shots that we want to get out of your game right now is with irons, that almost a little bit duff but low hockey left shot. Okay.
Yep.
That's a shot that you struggle with. Now, I just want to show you this, playing this through on the down the line view. This real roll, and look how now the butt of the club points back at us.
Yeah.
So that face has done a lot of rotation. And then if we just go up here, look at the left corner of the screen, look at this toe, really worked over.
Yeah.
Of this club. Now, why I'm showing you that, and then this is what I'm trying to show you here, is if we have a look here on the left side of the screen now, and I take you to the top of the backswing. First thing I'm going to bring you into here, you start with that face open.
Right.
At address.
Okay.
A little bit like you did with the irons. I don't mind that for good players. A lot of good players do that. Just making you aware of that. Don't change that.
Okay.
Just making you aware of it. Top of backswing, we get very, very narrow. And then as we start down, we get even more narrow. Now, when I see narrow happen, if I just take this club off you here, anytime we see narrowness come, we tend then to see the face open. Now, if our face is open, how do I square it up?
Yeah. Try and flip it.
Yeah. And then if you don't quite time it, which you do majority of the time, if you don't quite time it, where will your face point?
Yeah. Left.
Left.
Yeah.
But then you also said with your driver, which is a really interesting comment, that I always feel like I'm stuck.
Basically get stuck, yeah.
And this, well, they're all part of the same family.
Okay.
So what I'm saying here is if we had a little bit more width on the way back, this narrowness wouldn't then be too narrow. Because I like the idea that your club works here and does work narrow. But if you're narrow to even narrower, that's when we start to lose the face.
Yep.
Okay. So if we just look at this here, what I'm suggesting is we really first look at what these wrists are doing, how this right wrist is set and where we want it to be a little more. And that would then compute into the club not being where it is now. It'd probably be a little bit more to where I put that green line.
Yeah.
Feeling. It's probably, well, to be honest, it's probably going to feel like this to you.
Fair enough.
But my ideas with this is, on the way down, you would still make a similar move, but you'd be able to maintain the club face better.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's sort of paint that picture again here for you. So we said it's a little bit open, the address. Again, I don't mind that. All good players do that because we don't like to see it go where? Left.
Okay.
So I don't mind it being a little open. Okay. Because
I didn't even realise that, to be honest.
Exactly, and it's not enough for me to go, Nate, that's ridiculous
Yeah.
there, mate. Come on, let's get that back. If it was, let's say, like this, then we'd be having a conversation about it.
Yeah.
But that's your habit, that's your pattern. It's also like, you see, remember Stenson? His move off the ball was always this. Now, to coax it out of him, it'd be probably the worst thing you could ever do.
Yeah.
So what I'm sort of seeing here is club face square here, but really narrow, and then even more narrow here. Look at my face.
Yeah.
I'm having to
flip it.
do this sort of action. So we're going to work on some feelings now, which really get us to be more here. And then we can still make the same move, but now look, I'm not as narrow. I can maintain club face easier, and I've got a better chance of matching it on the way through. Right, so let's work through a few feelings, a few drills to get this. Any questions, by the way?
No, all makes sense.
Yeah, and this is stuff that you said you've worked on before, isn't it? So it's not new to you. And as a good player, I'm not looking to go and rewrite the script here. And I said this when we did our short game work. Like, it's just about making it slightly better. So what I want you to think about here is, in fact, let me grab a pen because this is really important, right? And this is all I would think about. So if I drew, I'm not going to draw on you, I'll draw on me. If I put a dot here,
Yep.
right, and a dot here, so I've got two dots, one in the middle of my wrist, one just under my thumb. At the minute, yours is like closing that gap loads, right? Loads.
Yeah.
I want you to feel like you don't close that gap as much. So you half the gap. So it's just setting less, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay. And would you say you're more right hand or left hand dominant?
Well, I'm right-handed, so
Probably more than
yeah.
more than right. So yes, let me do this with you. So you both hands on. It's going to feel. So imagine those 2 dots. One here, one here. Again, if everybody there, I don't want to draw on Nick. I'll happily draw.
If you want.
I'll happily draw on myself. I'd rather not take the risk. And then on the way back now, let's not make the dots get as close.
Yep.
That's what it's going to feel like to you.
Just always feel like it's almost like halfway back almost.
Exactly. And it will probably feel a little shorter.
Yeah.
But I think for me, and just in terms of physics of how the club works, the more you set, the more we run the risk of it being open. And if you really work this handle like this on the way down, that's how we're finding it very hard to manage the face. Okay. And then woof, this in. So how I want you to build this, I'm going to hit a few shots here just to show you. And for everybody, I want you to work in a set of 5. So we're literally just going to hit first 3. I'm going to put these to here. There's 1, 2. Let's not use that ball. 3, and then let's put 2. Separate the balls out when you practice. Do you practice often?
Not as much as I probably should.
Everyone says the same thing. Now different though. You've got a big comp coming up. You're going to Spain. Right. Okay, so what I want us to do, again, set up as you were. I'm quite happy with how you were set up. Grip's great. Starting position's good. I want us to hit 3 shots away, which will feel very much sort of like a pitching position. We're really looking for this though, not to set as much. So 3 shots away, just literally this far back and through. Okay? Just to get the idea of how that club's being delivered. I would say it's not looking to hit it more than 100 yards. All you're looking to do is just build a bit of feedback of what this feels too much or this feels not enough. And your brain then to go, okay, well, that's sort of where I've got to get with this.
Okay.
Then they're going to hit 2 away, which are just course shots. You just hit them away like you would normally. Because it's really important for you as a good player, like you said to me, which is a really important point. We're near the start of the season. I've got a big golf trip coming up. I'm not looking to change anything too drastically. I'm looking to not make it set too much. So don't hit this one away. Just show me what that looks like in your mind halfway back. Right, that's all I want.
About there.
That's all I want. So in terms of how your wrist's set there, does that feel like half as a mouth?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So let's just hit 3 away at half speed. Cool. And again, I'm going to just do this subtly. Now, where's that ball feel to you?
Back foot.
Now, where actually is it?
Just
Just ahead of middle, or on middle. Because yours is...
yeah.
So if we do this here, just to show you, let's create some right angles. That'd be middle, right?
Yep.
About there. So where is it? It's not back of middle, is it?
No, middle.
Yeah, and yours is just a little too far forward there. But this is things that you're going to just mould into the swing a little bit. So again, half shot. Very good. And again, remember just half speed. Looking for no more than 100 yards. Beautiful action. Beautiful action. That was softer. I like that. Again, 2 full shots now. But I want you to really, really exaggerate the feel for me in a practice swing before you hit it. Show me that exaggeration. Right. Do that again for me. Keep that feeling. Too exaggerated. For the sake of me just taking a video for you, just do a little feel exaggeration again. Great. Now hit. Beautiful shot. How did that feel?
Nice.
Did it feel ridiculously different?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that look. Hit one more for me, just like that. Have a few waggles. Like, isn't it interesting? I think when Justin Thomas was going through that rocky patch, maybe about 2 years ago, you could see him on every shot just have 2 waggles.
Yeah.
Just make your waggle an extension of that half shot we hit. So it's really learning to set that club.
He still does, doesn't he? He still has quite a long practice, doesn't he, a couple of times before he hits it.
I see very rarely a club golfer do that. Right? We all want to go, oh my God, I don't want people to watch, I want to get it over and done with. But actually, if you spend 5 seconds more just having that feel, you're going to bridge that gap between range and course. Not saying every time, but you're certainly going to have a better chance of doing that. And I really like that feeling. So the dots, don't let them get connected too much. So imagine there's a bit of a chain here. I don't want to see them touching too much. Because
Yep.
you've got this set beautifully, which is why you manage the club face great in the backswing, but then it starts to compromise on the way down. Okay, so this is the 5th ball of a set of 5. Let's hit it again. Whoa, what a beautiful ball that is. Now, you said to me before you hit a little baby fade.
Normally, yeah.
Okay, where's that wind? A little bit off your left? They were dead straight, weren't they?
Yeah.
So for them to have dead straight,
Probably a little draw.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're not trying to do that. And I'm not trying to change your ball
No.
flight. But what I want you to learn here is, well, if I've got a stronger club face at the top and then I'm managing it better on the way down, well, that's going to help me get a more of a neutral ball flight and a stronger ball flight. Whereas if you didn't flip your hands and didn't time it, what you always going to be playing golf with, left to right curve.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
course.
it's open on the way down. Now, this is your feel, right? So you're thinking in your mind it's going to look ridiculously different.
These are 100 yarders then.
This is the first shot of your full,
Yeah.
and then with a few of those waggles in there, right? And for everybody's benefit, I want you to tell us what you were feeling here. But let me show you this first. Right, this is so good. Look at the difference in this.
Yeah.
Now you're actually using these long levers. Like, you're well taller than me, but by making it narrow and short, you've got loads of power in a narrow way. It's hard to manage. I want even more power in a wider way. So have a look at your waggle here. Watch this again. Did I get it on here? Yeah, here it is. Look at this. Look how you set that club beautiful. Look at that. This is you feeling halfway, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's really good. Now, why I like this is look how even stronger. Look at this relationship here, matching even more. Right? What did that feel like?
Felt a bit weird, but not too bad.
More manageable than you've tried to change it in the past?
Yes.
Okay, good. That's all I wanted to hear. Now, this is you in the shot, so it's not going to be as good as this, but let's have a look. Ah, that's all I need. Look at the difference in that.
Not gone as far around, has it?
Well, I'm going to bring your other club in, your other shot in here, because that's actually, to be fair, Nick, that's actually better than I thought. Just because I didn't think you'd be able to bridge that gap as well. Right, so on the left is your actual shot. So if I play it through, boom. Right, that's you hitting a full shot, right? Beautiful strikes. Club face actually looks really good there. Look, where are you actually delivering that club from? A little more neutral. So what I mean by neutral is here, your club head at the last parallel is on your hands, right? I find this amazing with good players when you make little subtle ones. Right, that was your last shot. Where did I say I want the club to look before?
Yeah, yeah.
Right, this is you here. On the right, the first swing I took of you.
Yeah.
They look different, don't they? Now, what are you feeling there?
I'll be honest, that probably felt better.
Whoa! Okay, but what were you focusing on to achieve that?
Just really exaggerating how wide it felt on the take back.
Did that explanation of the way the right wrist works resonate with you? Because would you say in the past that you've tried to... Let's do another set of 5 as we do this. Would you say in the past that you've tried to really focus more on the left wrist or just how the club's set rather than actually what's driving
I've
the
probably
set?
not focused on either.
Okay.
I've always been one to just literally get up and swing it and hit it.
Okay.
Which is probably why it's...
No, I think there's great merit in that. It's actually quite refreshing to hear some people that are more in that camp, because a lot of people aren't in that camp. A lot of people are in the camp of, I'm going to overthink it. And that's why I wanted to think of one thing on your backswing. Just don't connect the dots.
Yeah.
Now, that's such a simple way of thinking about it, but what that means is you're not oversetting the club, and then what we're saying is on the downswing, you're not getting as narrow, which is then easier to manage the club face. Right, let's do another set of 5. So repeat the process of this, right? We're not looking to overset. We still want the dots to work together. We still want this to happen, but not too much. And that's why we're seeing a bit more width and a bit more control of the face. And why we've started to see a much more neutral ball flight, not just playing left to right all the time. How was that for a half shot?
All right, yeah.
You actually sound a bit surprised right now. Why do you feel surprised? Were you scared of making this sort of feeling?
Yeah, probably.
And it's always something as a good player, because your goal is to get down to 2. You started when you played golf for Played golf when you were younger, had 23 years off.
22 and a half,
22,
23, something like that.
Then
yeah.
you restarted with a 22 handicap, was it?
7.
27 handicap, and now you're down to a 4 index.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Very impressive. And you've been back playing 3 years? 3 or 4?
3.
3.
Just under 3, I think.
Impressive. Right, again, show me that halfway back. Let me just check it. Don't hit this one. That's it. So just looking not to connect the dots too much. Do it again. Brilliant. Right, half shot again for me here.
Oh.
When you're hitting half shot, don't need to go after that too much. And just watch that ball position. If anybody's been noticing, Nick's crept that forward there. Move it to your left. There you go. Beautiful. Well done. And that's all I'm looking for with that shot. I'm not looking for it to go any further. Like I spent a lot of time just at the back of the range watching the top best players, and they will hit countless shots, not to a target, but they've got purpose to them where they're going, right, okay, that's my feel, boom.
Yeah.
I'm learning to deliver the club differently, and this is what I'm focusing on to do that. Right, 2 full shots again. This is ace. Really, really good. I really like this. So again, for everybody watching, we're looking for the not to connect the dots. It's going to feel a little more set like this at this point. And I'd probably feel it through the start.
Yeah, yeah.
Which then translates to at the top, more of this look, right? Not this overset look, to then we get more here.
Stuck.
And then we get really open, and then you've got to go bosh and throw it at it. When you practice, and this is for everybody, 2 sticks down for me.
I've got some alignment sticks.
Don't let them gather dust at home. They're not just an ornament, because that ball position is vital.
Yeah.
You could get away with it before, because what would... Sound like thunder.
I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah. Having the ball forward in your stance helped you. Why? Because you had more gins with T, and you might wear it and you might look at it more.
Time.
Yes. Whereas now, having it too far forward, you've actually thrown a few thins and tops in there because it's too far forward for the club you've got in your hand.
Yeah.
So this is really important. So 7 iron, just check your ball position, everybody. I want it to, if you hang a club from your sternum, it's just probably ahead, isn't it? Probably just ahead. So a little check there. Right, these are 2 full shots as part of your 5-ball routine. That's a great ball position. Very nearly. And again, first left we've seen.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, we might still see a left right now, but this is part of that process. Beautiful shot. That was really nice. That's ace. Okay, so backswing thought there, don't let the dots connect. Simple as that.
Yep.
I think you hit one bad one and you started to overthink that, but that's where it's got to be.